So, what's it like to bike in Canyon City, Colorado? That's the question I'm asking today. I'm going to do my best to answer it. And I want you to know I have not been to Canyon City, Colorado, or visited it yet. I'm going to be using online tools that are also available at your disposal to do my best to get a glimpse into mountain biking, bike touring, bike commuting, things of that nature. With that being said, if you live in Canyon City or have biked there a ton, I'd love to interview you for this show to really arm people with additional information about what it's like to bike there. By the way, it is apparently pronounced Canyon City. You may think it is Cannon City if you just looked at it, the pronunciation of it, but there's a tilde over it, and you can see by this canyon here that with the bridge going over it, it makes sense why it's called Canyon City. Nonetheless, let's dive deep into the trails here and see what's going on. So as far as a Strava heat map, you can kind of see there's some main riding kind of through this central area, which I assume is like a highway or just the main road going through. But you can clearly see some mountain biking trails here, some more mountain biking trails here, another trail system here, and then some long rides, and then you've got Colorado Springs up here, along with kind of Denver on the Front Range, Boulder, and Fort Collins. But again, we're focusing on Canyon City. It's a smaller city, 15,000, 16,000 population, probably under the radar when compared to a lot of other places in Colorado. As far as the walk score and bike score, they gave it a 10 as for a walk score, which is like 10 out of 100, kind of putrid, 47 as a bike score. So as far as it argues, that's minimal bike infrastructure. Let's take a look at kind of what it's got going on, though. This is TrailLink. I really like to use TrailLink to find dedicated bike paths that are separated from cars. It's a great way to traverse the city and get around. There's a 7-mile Arkansas Riverwalk Trail. It's weird because I'm actually in Arkansas right now. I'm in Bentonville, and there's an Arkansas Riverwalk Trail in Canyon City. As far as mountain biking, all right, this is sweet. So again, we see this Arkansas Riverwalk again, which confirms it. You've got mountain biking right here in town. Let's see how far it is from this trailhead from the downtown proper. I guess it's not really downtown, kind of like a town square situation probably. It is 1 mile. So you're right near there. And if you're positioned kind of, west of the city a little bit, like you could just park up basically, or at least be positioned right near the trails. You're going to be able to, it looks like, bike along this rail trail to get to this trailhead too, which is called the Eagle Wing Trailhead. And you've got, looks like 3.6 miles. Yeah, you've got probably 12, 15 miles of trails there, along with this trailhead, the Royal Gorge Tour, Canyon Rim Trail, Overlook Trail. And then let's zoom out a little further. Take this connector road, Colorado Springs to Canyon City, up to this trailhead here. Let's see how far this trailhead is. This is kind of a nice, dense area of riding. Canyon City, Colorado. 6 miles, 35 minutes. I mean, that's epic. I just recently did a review of Denver, looking closer into it. And one of the problems with Denver is that, and I'll go up to Denver here on MTB project. It's Denver, super cool place, got a lot going for it. But as far as mountain biking directly in the city, there's a ton of trails, of dedicated bike path for commuting and doing, more like road rides. But as far as mountain biking, you pretty much have to go west to Golden to actually get into it. You really kind of need to drive to get there. Canyon City, though, you are immersed in it, which is really special. Okay, as far as gravel rides in Canyon City, you've got some options taking you pretty far away. You're definitely going to be able to create some DIY bike packing routes from those and do some nice travel. I wish there was like a loop ride that kind of went around the city, but kind of the nature of the mountains, you've got to take what you've got with the elevation gain and things of that nature. As far as bike shops, there actually aren't that many. Franken Bikes, there's a bike tour place. I'm not sure exactly what they offer. Red Canyon Cycles. I mean, it's a population of 16,000 people, so you can't expect anything crazy. But I'm guessing there's And I know in the greater area, you're going to find some shops, but there are some shops in the downtown area that can service you. As far as bike packing, nothing that goes directly really through Canyon City. You could always do your own DIY stuff, remember, but this is bikepacking.com as far as what you'll be able to like, it's already built. So it looks like this is a really intriguing place that I might have to look deeper into. Is Salida, Colorado. There's like a ton of this Aspen Ridge family bike pack. I like how it's dedicated to family and not just the insane, standard bike packer mountain biker, right? Colorado 14ers Loop, 286 miles. There's so many people. The Vapor Trail bikepacking route. Let's see how far Salida is from Canyon City. What I was going to say is there's just so many different types of cyclists out there, and I think it's really important to cater to all types. Biking is not just for a select few; it's for everyone. And so it's about an hour drive to Salida. So you're not going to bike to these spots. Oh, I suppose you could, but it's going to be a journey. Let's take a look at this Colorado 14ers Loop bikepacking route. And geez, okay, so they're hiking a bike there. But look at the views here. I mean, that looks beautiful. This just give you some perspective into, what a lot of the terrain looks like in Colorado. That's beautiful. Look at the clouds and how it's just kind of immersed in. Yeah. Okay. So looking at these maps, I love it, but it's sometimes a little stressful because I'm like, wow, I just want to do that. I want to be there, not just looking on my computer. But you can only be in one place at a time. As far as the weather in Canyon City, 15 inches of rain per year, not too much. 33 inches of snow per year, pretty average. 255 sunny days, that's great. It gets from best places, the comfort index overall to 7.5. That's above average of a 7. Let's see. Let's look at all the months above a 7. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 5 months below, but you never go below like a 5.5. So, and the good thing is about in Colorado, in that area, you're going to have skiing options in the winter. And when, you can get out on the bike whenever, but if you look on the bright side with the snow, Colorado has some of the best skiing in the world. So as far as bike touring, there actually is a route that goes straight through Canyon City. The Transamerica Trail, very famous trail. And then it goes straight up north through the Rockies. So you're gonna have some infrastructure through that, and just some definitely some camping and seeing people going through that route. Bike touring, I bet pretty consistently. The Western Express you could definitely reach, but when you get up in the mountains here, the kind of the road routes are definitely a little further and few between because there's only so many roads going through the mountains. But in Colorado, I mean, you get to this, up on this Transamerica Orange route, and you can link up with the green route, which is Great Park South, and this purple route, which is the Great Divide mountain bike route, which sounds sick. So Canyon City, interesting. Seems like a mountain biking kind of mecca, to be honest. I mean, you're just so close to the trails if you're able to live in the city. In the town, I guess. As far as, I'm going to look at breweries real quick in Canyon City. It's Friday here. I've kind of got like beer on my mind. Let's see. We've got a winery. That's kind of what brought it to the forefront. Brewery. In Canyon City. I'm gonna guess. Okay, World's End Brewing Company, Canyon City, brews and bikes. I love stuff like this where they combine bike culture and beer culture. It just makes sense. Us bikers love beer, and yeah, looks pretty cool. So it's intriguing. I'll be honest. I think that it's obviously a smaller town, so depending on your preferences, this is going to be a different experience for everyone. But if you're looking for a mountain biking destination, a place that's really close to great bike packing routes and tremendous 14er peaks, this is a cool spot. Definitely check it out. If you're interested in coming on the show and being interviewed about what it's like to bike in Canyon City or in any city near you, I'd love to interview you. Until next time, see ya.